Assalamualaikum and greetings to Sir Badrul Hisham. I am Wan Batshia Safia and my group will be presenting our topic Risk Assurance. For my slide, I will be covering the section 6.4 on risk assurance, its definition and the benefits. We will look at how organizations evaluate their practices to ensure they aren't just managing risk but learning from them through a continuous feedback loop. As for the definition, risk assurance is a systematic process. Its primary purpose is to provide confidence to stakeholders like our board and investors that risks are being handled effectively. The 6 stages on the right side of the slide shows that to achieve this, we follow 6 critical stages of review. The first one is process operation, which we review how the risk processes the actual functions day to day within the organization. Second one is control standards. We evaluate if the current standards of risk control are actually in force and still relevant. The third stage is exposure reduction. We measure our success in actually reducing the organization's risk exposures. The fourth stage is objective achievement. We ensure risk management is helping, not hindering, the achievement of business objectives. As for the second last stage is success analysis. Unique to this process is reviewing why a high-risk strategy or project was successful, ensuring we understand the root of the success. The last stage is assurance delivery. Finally, we deliver these findings across the entire range of activities to the relevant stakeholders. As for the next slide, we can see the feedback loop and interconnectivity of these stages. On the left, we see the 3 core components: monitoring, reporting, and assurance. Monitoring detects risks as they happen. Reporting communicates that profile to the board. Assurance confirms what we have learned. As you can see on the right side of the slide, the graphic is the diagram that illustrates the information and experience loop. Information is collected through monitoring. That information is then reported to provide an understanding of the risk landscape. Finally, the experience gained from this assessment is fed back to the beginning of the process. This ensures the organization is constantly improving based on the past performance. On this slide, we will look at the benefits of risk assurance. I will be explaining the 3 main benefits. The first one is by enhancing confidence. The main purpose of assurance is enhancing confidence. It proves to management, investors, and regulators that the organization is proactively addressing its risks. The second benefit is compliance. It demonstrates good practice and helps the organization meet regulatory requirements, avoiding legal and financial penalties. The third benefit is continuous improvement. It identifies exactly where controls need enhancement, leading to better mitigation strategies in the future. It basically shows what we're lacking and improve in the future. A great example of this is a post-implementation review for a new retail store. The board evaluates if the project was on time, on budget, and to specification. They often perform a second review after 12 months of trading to feed that experience back into the next project. That's all from me. I am Wan Batrisha. Thank you.
So hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Putri Nur Zahira. So today I'm so excited to dive into a topic that is the backbone of any resilient company. So let's start with something we can touch and see, which is property risk. So if you look at the image on the slide, you see a home surrounded by coins, representing the massive financial value tied up in physical asset. We use the loss control technique so that first we have preventive maintenance. This is like taking your car for an oil changes. We inspect equipment regularly to catch a small crack before it becomes a total collapse. Then we have a property insurance. While we hope never to use it, insurance provides the financial oxygen a company needs to breathe after a disaster. We also use a risk transfer, where we use contract to move the financial burden to someone else. But it's not all about money, it's about people too, which is safety training ensures that our employees don't accidentally cause a hazard. We also implement security measures like surveillance cameras and access control to keep out those who shouldn't be there. So finally, we have business continuity planning. This is our plan B. If our main house is destroyed, where do we go tomorrow? So this plan ensures the business doesn't stop just because of the building stop. So now let's move from the business risks. So if you look at the slide, you see a man walking a tightrope over a city. This is the perfect metaphor for a business risk. Every day, business leaders walk a thin line between a profit and a failure. So business risk is inherent in every single thing we do, from the strategies we set to financial decisions we make. It involves staying compliant with law that seem to change every week and ensuring our operational efficiency is high enough to keep us competitive. To manage this tightrope walk, we need a very specific set of tools. It starts with market research and analysis. We don't guess, we study the environment so our decisions are backed by real data. Then we look at the financial risk management. This means we are not just spending money. We are budgeting, forecasting, and managing debt to make sure our financial health stay beating even during a recession. So one of the smartest things a business can do is diversification. We don't want to rely only for one product or one single customer. If that one thing fails, the whole business will fail too. But by diversifying, we separate our risks, and we also focus heavily on compliance and legal risk management. In today's world, a single lawsuit or a regulatory fine can shut a company down, so we make sure we are following every rule to the letter. We are also look for strategic partnership. Sometimes you don't have all the resources yourself, so you need a partner with others to share the information or the lot. And lastly, we have a crisis management planning. This is our emergency glass that we break when something goes wrong. It's about protecting our reputation and responding effectively to the public when the unexpected will happen. So finally, we're arrived at, I believe, is the most dangerous risk of this 21st century, which is cybersecurity. As you can see by the digital lock on the laptop screen and the slide, our assets are no longer just in a warehouse. They are a server in the cloud. Cyber risk is a threat that this digital asset, a single data breach or a malware attack, can leak a customer secret and destroy a company reputation in a minute. Start with employee training. Did you know that most cyber attacks succeed because an employee clicked on a link they shouldn't have? By educating our team on phishing and social engineering, we turn our staff into a human firewall. Next, we have regular software updates. This sounds simple, but it's critical. Hackers look for holes in old software. When we update, we are patching those holes. We are also prioritize a data backup and recovery. If a hacker locks our system and demands a ransom, we want to be able to say no because we have our data to safely back up elsewhere. Or MFA, we have all used this as that the extra code is sent to your phone. It's a simple step, but it adds a massive layer of security that traditional passwords just cannot provide. In a world where digital threats are constant, these 4 things are our best line of defense. So to wrap things up, managing specialized risks is about being prepared for the physical, the operational, and the digital threat that face in this modern business era. Whether it's maintaining a piece of machinery, diversifying a product line, or securing a database, the goal is still the same: to protect the value of the company and the future of everyone who works there. Risk is inevitable, but failure is not. With the right loss control technique, we can turn.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. My name is Shazana Humaira and today I will be presenting about crime risk in risk management. Crime risk in risk management refers to the potential losses an organization may face due to criminal activities, whether committed by external parties or internal employees. These crimes can result in financial loss, operational disruption, and damage to the organization's reputation. So there are some common types of crime risk include the first one is theft and burglary that involves the stealing of physical assets such as cash, inventory, equipment, or company property. For example, a retail store may suffer losses if inventory is stolen from the warehouse. The second one is fraud that refers to the intentional deception for financial gain. This can include falsifying financial records, fake invoice, or online payment scams. For example, an employee may manipulate accounting records to transfer money for personal use. The third one is cybercrime that involve criminal activities carried out using digital systems such as hacking, identity theft, or ransomware attacks. For instance, hackers may steal customer data and demand payment to return access. Next is the employee dishonesty that includes internal crimes such as embezzlement, misuse of company resources, or leaking confidential information. Internal crime can be difficult to detect because employees often have authorized access to systems. And then the last one is robbery and vandalism that involve force or threat to steal assets, while vandalism refers to intentional damage to company property. Both can disrupt business operations and increase repair or security costs. Crime risk is an important part of risk management because organizations must implement preventive measures such as internal control, surveillance system, background checks, and strong security policies to reduce potential losses. Next, I will be explaining about international trade risk. International trade risk refers to the potential losses or uncertainties that business may face when engaging in trade across different countries. Since international trade involves different economic systems, political environments, and currencies, companies are exposed to various external risks that may affect their operations, profits, and long-term success. So the first one is economic conditions. Economic conditions refer to the overall financial health of a country, including inflation rates, unemployment levels, interest rates, and economic growth. If a country is experiencing a recession, consumers may spend less, reducing demand for imported goods. For example, if a Malaysian company exports products to a country facing high inflation, customers there may not be able to afford the products, leading to lower sales. The second one is political stability that refers to how stable and secure a country's government and political system are. Political unrest, government change, strikes, or conflicts can disrupt trade activities. For example, if a country experiences protests or sudden policy changes, shipments may be delayed or business may face unexpected restrictions. The third one is legal and regulatory frameworks. Legal and regulatory frameworks include the laws, trade policies, tariff, import or export restrictions, and business regulations in a country. Different countries have different rules, and failure to comply can result in fines or delays. For instance, a company exporting food products must follow the importing country's safety and labeling regulations. Next is the market potentials that refers to the demand, size, and growth opportunities in a foreign market. Even if a country is stable, there may be a low demand for certain products. For example, exporting winter clothing to a tropical country may not be profitable due to limited demand. The last one is currency and exchange rate risk. Currency risk occurs because international trade involves different currencies. Exchange rates can fluctuate over time, affecting profits. For example, if a Malaysian exporter agrees to receive payment in US dollars and the dollar weakens before payment is received, the company may earn less when converting the money back to Malaysian ringgit. So, in conclusion, international trade risks arise from economic, political, legal, market, and currency factors, and businesses must carefully assess these risks to minimize potential losses and ensure successful global operations. That's all from me and my group. Thank you for listening.